I'm Dr. Yashaank Kumar and I have graduated from Soochow University, China. Currently, I'm interning at Atal Bihari Vajpayee Government Medical College and Hospital. If I talk about China, the reason why I went to China was because the agent I met right before going to China, he suggested me to go there. So that's how it happens when we talk about MBBS abroad admissions. So the person you contact that, oh, I want to do MBBS abroad, which university should I be going in? So that person will say, oh, this country is best and this university is best. That agent somehow, I would say, manipulated me with the world ranking of the university. That's how actually students are impressed that this particular university has world ranking of 300, 400, it's a premium university. That's how everybody glorify MBBS abroad, and I was the victim of that. So that's how I was manipulated. They just told me that you are on the last seat, you are the last person who is going to be enrolled in this university. But the fact is, right after I took admission, my two other friends, like two other known of my relatives, they also took admission in the same university through the same agent, and he kept saying that same thing, that this is somehow I got this seat for you, it was not supposed to get. So that's how I landed up into China. I would say it was due to the urgency created by my agent that, oh, these are the last seats, you have to just go there, otherwise there will be no university left. So I just went there. Today, everybody who is studying in universities in abroad is an agent. So what happens is they suggest that, oh, this university is good, you should come to this university, and then they will go to some agent and tell that, oh, I have suggested this person this university, please give me my commission. So today social media is not the right place to check the authenticity of a country or of a university. Like people, the students who are even going today, they have very little knowledge about the university, the country, their curriculum. What they see is, oh, there are so many students in that university, I should be going there. That was not the criteria back then. Maybe parents also used to send to Ukraine at that time. Why? The reason was, oh, there are a lot of students in Ukraine. Because in the same number of colleges, maybe in Ukraine, in China, there are more seats in other countries as compared to China. In China, there are only around 2400 seats, because every college has maximum 60 or 80 seats. But if I talk about Ukraine, Russia, they have no upper limit. Russia maybe has 55 universities, and every year they enroll almost 15,000 students, or maybe more than that. But if I talk about China, they have a fixed number. What I believe that China is really ahead in time. In terms of education, my university was not that premium. I know there are really good universities in China. I didn't know about them. I just saw the world ranking and I just went. But actually, the other universities were more better than mine. So the quality of education, I would not say was very premium. You have to study on your own. What I believe that it's the environment which makes the university better. We, being in China, had a very safe environment. All we had to, we were in a very safe environment. We could do anything. We could even walk on streets on 4 a.m. We could walk on streets on 6 a.m., 12 a.m. We were super safe. And talking about Chinese in terms of barrier, yes, initially it was, because you are literally an alien there, because you don't know anything. All you have to use is the translators. But ultimately, I learned Chinese. I loved Chinese. Even during my online courses, I was making sure that I attend my Chinese classes. And when I went back to China, then there's a requirement that we have to clear the HSK 4 examination in order to get our degree. So I cleared that exam in my very first attempt. So I was not expecting my hostel to be that bad. I was not told that this is going to be so worst. My hostel was not were really bad. They were not livable. But somehow in 10-15 days we adapted, and then it became the part of us. But I was not expecting China to have such bad hostels for us. So this was first shock which I got when I entered my university. In terms of food, yes, there are way less options for vegetarians there, but I, being a vegetarian, could survive there for years. I think anybody can if you know how to cook. So that's the key, because if you cannot cook, all you have to eat is potatoes or maybe some fried vegetables or stuff like that, because you cannot eat noodles there, because their broth is maybe a chicken broth, beef broth. They're using a broth, right? So what I believe is, being a vegetarian, you genuinely have to face a lot of problems, but you somehow survive if you know how to cook. When I went for MBBS abroad, there was a medical organization. The medical organization in India was medical MCI, that is Medical Council of India, but it was dissolved. Now we have National Medical Council. It was formed back in 2020, I guess, and it is an autonomous body. That means they can make their own rules. So what happened is, in 2021 they made new guidelines for students who are going to take admission abroad. It's a very important thing if you are planning to go abroad. So they want the course should be 5+1. That means they should have 5 years of theory and 1 year of compulsory internship. It was not the case before, and now the universities abroad are trying to do it that way, but still it's not happening. Agents are trying to promote that way, but it's still not happening. This is the reality. So if I talk about maybe back then, Russia, Ukraine, they all had a 6-year course without any internship specifically. They used to have clinical rotation, but it was like some in second year, some in fourth year, some in fifth year, some in sixth year, like that. So that is something which now NMC is not validating. So this is one thing. Second thing is the 1 year internship, how it should be held. They have a complete curriculum कि इसी तरीके से the internship should be. Third thing is, the country in which you are going, that you should be registered with that country. You should either have a license to practice there in the country in which you are doing MBBS, or you should be competent to get a license. That means your degree should be valid enough to get a license there. So these are the major points which a person need to know. Now what happened is, right now there are a lot of universities abroad which do not have 1 year of internship. There are a lot of countries where you do not get license to practice, but still students are going there. That is a big problem, because after 6 years when you are going to come back to India, NMC is not going to recognize you. Now where China comes in, in China you are eligible to get the medical license, but after clearing a exam, and that exam is held in Chinese language. Agents do tell that, but students think that, oh, it's fine, we are anyway going to learn Chinese, we will also give this exam. But this exam is just like the foreign medical graduate licensing exam which is held in India, and it has a, it already has a very low passing rate. So you are going to write a medical exam which is going to be held in Chinese language. It's very tough to clear. It's next to impossible, because your entire 6 year of studies is done in English, not Chinese. So, but people are like, no, our agent has told that you can do it. If you learn Chinese, you can do it. So still students are going there. And the Indian embassy in China has also released this on their website, that if you want to come back to Indian practice, you need a license from China, and that is going to be held in, that exam is going to be held in Chinese language. But still students are going. But if you are watching this video, I would highly recommend you to not choose China until 2028, until we don't have the exact guidelines from NMC, because the first batch of 2022 is going to graduate. They will come back to India. We will know exactly which university's degree they validated and which degree did they create problems. So till 2028, I would highly suggest don't choose China. Challenges which I am facing coming back to India now. So what happens is, I'll tell you in brief. Firstly, you complete your MBBS abroad. Then you come back to India. You have to clear your foreign medical graduate licensing exam called FMGE. Once you clear that exam, you have to continue 1 year of internship. So how it goes is, like, you come back, you prepare for 6 months, you appear it in the month of January. You graduate in July, you appear for that in January. Now you were lucky enough, you worked hard, you clear it in first attempt. Then you have to wait 6 months again in order to get into internship. So like this year, the exam was held in January, and even I got my internship in the month of June. So it's like January, Feb, March, April, May, June. It's 6 months. Still there are a lot of states where the internships have not begun. So maybe they have to wait for 7 months. So 1 entire year is just wasted to get the internship. So you do 6 years of course outside, you do this preparation stuff 1 year, then 1 year internship. So it goes up to 8 years. So according to MCI, the internship of China, Nepal and Bangladesh is valid in India. and after 5th year only we can appear for this FMG exam while I'm doing internship in China. So I could save 1 year. Even the students of Nepal could save 1 year, but the students who are doing in Ukraine, Russia, they don't even know till today that this is something which they can do. When you're coming back to India, currently we have an exam which is called FMG, which I've already mentioned in the video before. This exam is soon going to be replaced by next exam. So this exam is going to be a common exam for everyone, be it Indian students who are studying in India or be it students who are coming from abroad. So this exam is going to be a journal exam. They're keeping everyone on an equal ground. But the notification that this exam is going to come is already in talks since 2018. It's been already 6 years. This exam has not been implemented thanks to the speed of Indian bodies. That's how they work, right? So it's been 6 years, the exam has not been implemented, and we officially don't know when this exam is going to be implemented. I am going to tell you that what things you need to keep in mind. Number one, every agent is going to suggest you university with which that agent is officially affiliated. He will never tell you the good universities. He will never tell you the reality of universities. He would always tell you what is enough to get you sold for that university. Number two, in today's time, you should not trust students who are studying in that university. The reason is, what agents came to know that every student listen to the advice of students of the university. So what agents started doing is, they started telling students that you suggest this university to the people who are asking you, and we will give you money. So now if you ask anyone about the university, he will never tell you bad about the university. Why? Because he is going to get money out of your admission. What you need to do is, you need to get in touch with people who have already done MBBS abroad and who are telling you the truth. If anybody glorifies MBBS abroad, that means he is telling you a lie. MBBS abroad comes with a lot of hurdles. Choose a university which has limited seats, fixed seats. If there are so many Indians, there will be so many problems, because they are going to have official Indian contractors there. They will bully you for not living in hostel. They will bully you for not using the mess they are offering to you. So you would be in a complete torture. If I contrast this from China, there was no Indian contractors there. There was no compulsion. So I had a very safe environment, which is not available in these countries. So please make sure that you don't fall in traps by these things which I have mentioned, and please make MBBS abroad a safe journey for you.